It is very clear that Africa majorly depends on agricultural products and natural resources such as gold, oil, and many others. In this video, we bring you the top 5 richest African countries. This is entirely dependent on the gross domestic product of these countries and also the foreign exchange that they earn from their exports. But if you're new here, my name is Gani and this is the African Myth Show, where I spread good vibes about the African continent. So if you want to learn more about the African continent and African culture in general, please consider subscribing, turn the bell notification on as well so that whenever I have a new video, I get you notified. And also at every end of my videos, I share a free Swahili lesson. This is simply because Swahili is the most spoken African language on the African continent. So be sure to look out for that. And for all of you, my African viewers, if you would like to start making $10,000 and more per month, we just released a very comprehensive course that will enable you achieve this, basically selling products on the Jumia platform. So for more about this, you can check out the description of this video, or else you can check the top pinned comment on this very video. Angola, a country with a population of 30 million people, has one of the biggest reserves of raw material on the African continent. The Angolan economy is built on oil production, with some of the largest reserves of natural gas and oil on the African continent. By the way, if you didn't know, Angola is the second oil producer on the African continent after Nigeria. It is oil production that contributes 90% of the country's national revenue. The country also exports diamond and agricultural products, and its current gross domestic product per capita as of 2021 is currently at 106 billion US dollars. At number 4, we have Algeria. Algeria, a country with a population of 42 million people. This is the largest country on the African continent, and no wonder it lies fourth on this list of the richest African countries. It currently stands at a gross domestic product per capita of 159 billion US dollars as of 2021. Much of this revenue is from the crude oil sales that the country makes on the world market, and this has greatly contributed to the country's GDP. So no wonder it stands currently at number 4 on this list. As I've just told you, this in total contributes 70% of the country's revenue, and the other percentage is contributed through the agriculture sector, the industrial manufacturing, commercial service provision, and the real estate industry in the country. Egypt is one of the African countries that are vividly engraved in world history. This country, with a population of 100 million people, for many years has held the spot of being the richest African country, though as we speak today in 2021, it lies third on this list. Egypt has a gross domestic product per capita of 270 billion US dollars, and a big percentage of this comes from the petroleum and natural gas exports, tourism, and the real estate industry of the country. Over the years, Egypt as a country has seen a significant fall in the levels of unemployment and an increase in foreign exchange from the exports and tourism industry of the country. So this means many of the people that used to be unproductive previously are now able to produce for the country, hence an increase in the gross domestic product per capita of the country. So No wonder today it lies at number 3 on this list of the richest African countries on the African continent. South Africa is considered one of the fastest developing countries in the world. With a population of 58 million people, it currently lies second on the list of the richest African countries. The South African economy heavily relies on mining, manufacturing, and tourism. The tourism industry in South Africa is so big, and I believe that they have some of the best safari parks in the world as we speak today. And also their manufacturing industry is very big because they are able to manufacture cars and sell them out to the world. And on top of that, there is the mining industry, and among these they are able to mine very essential minerals like gold, diamond, platinum, coal, the iron ore, and all these minerals are able to be exported by the South African government, and these all earn them a great deal of foreign exchange. So as we speak today in 2021, South Africa has a gross domestic product per capita of 295 billion US dollars. So this is very big, and this puts South Africa at number 2 on the richest African countries list. Finally, at number 1 we have Nigeria. This is the most populated African country with a current population of 200 million people. The Nigerian economy heavily relies on oil exports, tourism, real estate, and also the transport sector in the country. According to the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, it estimates that Nigeria produces 1.6 barrels of crude oil per day, so this makes it the largest oil producer on the African continent. These petroleum products contribute 10% of the total gross domestic product, and when it comes to the exports, petroleum exports contribute 80% of what Nigeria exports. Of course, it has other products that it exports like coal, then there's limestone, there's zinc, there's tin, and all those other natural gases that it is able to actually export and earn foreign exchange from all these exported products. We also know that one of the biggest factors of production is labor. So Nigeria, being a country with 200 million people, it has enough labor force in the country, so this has enabled it produce massively to be able to sustain itself and also be able to export labor outside the country, which means this labor enables it bring in revenue, and no wonder it lies at number 1 on this list of the richest African countries with a GDP per capita of 404 billion US dollars, and also having the richest man on the African continent, and that's Mr. Aliko Dangote. So Nigeria is a big giant on the African continent. And in conclusion, all these African countries as we speak today heavily rely on minerals like oil, gold, diamond, and also the agricultural sectors in their countries. In my personal view, the African country that will concentrate on investing heavily and also setting up a Silicon Valley lookalike will, in the end, take the lion's share of the richest African country on the African continent. And for our Swahili lesson for today, it is kuunguka. This is a word to mean fall in the English language. So if you're, let's say, to use this word in a sentence, you would say amenguka. This translates in a sentence as he has fallen or she has fallen. So this is how we use this word in a sentence. So in case you found this video very helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to please consider subscribing to the channel so that whenever I have a new video out about African content or African culture in general, I get you notified. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this next video on the card.